Welcome back. We have a new moon in Virgo on this February 24th, 2024. It's 224224 without the zero in the middle. So, I mean, it sounds like a groove. I have been thinking about music, and that's not what you do. You're supposed to play music. I'll get around to it. Um, we're heading towards the end of the month, which is a leap year month, and we have the sun that went into Pisces. And I would like to stick up right now for the spiritual people, especially, yes, the artists, poets, even scientists, really good scientists, the people of high feeling, shamans, gurus, spiritual people. Leave them alone. They most likely you don't see them anyway, and they're probably when you do see them, you maybe made it to the mountains or into their region of comfort, which is in the wilderness. They're probably surrounded with plants and animals. Leave them alone. They are that embodiment of being healed. And it's way more than what meets the eye. It's not about the obvious, not about your fear. And um, yeah, the status quo there, just running on fear and what that's all, just what's distorting through your mind is as the truth. Getting back to, wow, what a subject matter. I mean, it kind of, you can tie it into, yeah, what I'm talking about is the Pisces sun. The moon is in Virgo. Now, let me just check here. The moon is in Virgo, and I'm pretty sure there it is. It's at like 5 degrees or 6 degrees. And that kind of aspects when the sun is on my Jupiter, that's getting into it's dream time, to tell you the truth. The Pisces sun I was trying to explain it's for all things. It's when the seeds now are moving into dream time with the sun and the information field and the whole. I would like to say Akasha, the Akashic records. It's just spinning away its programs and the infinite possibility of things. But all the living things are moving into dreamscape capability with the holographic field of the sun in Pisces. And um, now, but the see, we have also Saturn in Pisces conjunct here. It's at 6 degrees, so yeah, um, well, 7, 9. So by the end of the month, the sun will be conjunct Pisces, and this is a major thing that's going to be happening with the Saturn and the sun. Saturn is going to disappear and have what is called Gon Kazemi, but I'm pretty sure it's like the death of that planet. It's going to be like cleansed and birthed away from the sun. And really, the sun is creating that kind of effect. Um, and we don't see the information field of that planet in Pisces, which is very difficult. Alone, the planet in Pisces, um, Saturn, it's the return for a Saturn return for people that are turning 30 years old or 60 years old, roughly, uh, right there from to 62. Um, they're having a Saturn return, and it's very difficult. It's a very difficult place for Saturn because it's trying to structure for the human embodiment. It's difficult for the mass collective. It's trying to structure the mass collective subconscious, like water, the ocean of all possible knowing. It seems, yes, and the consciousness of it, and not that that's all good either, right? You have the toilets flushing in there, and it's all this terrible memory of. And out of all the people, you will never meet such butt hurt individuals about some. Yes, they have been through some kind of abuse. Saturn and Pisces, that's really what they're dealing with. They have to kind of do some homework there when it comes to forgiveness of their, um, well, the particular, all of the subconscious programming that everybody had around them and theirs, which just compounds into pure projection, right? And it could be completely wrong, like say like the religious thing. That's what that points at. And anyway, with we can see that there's going to be a lot of profound healing available with the sun conjuncting Saturn, and we have also um, the moon opposing the sun, which is trine Jupiter. The opposition of the sun, when it does here on the 24th of February, the moon is trining Jupiter. That's a time to find a really good friend, down to earth. Is a time to just, well, be your own good friend. The Virgo energy, it has the ability to clean out. We just had Mercury go into Pisces, opposing Moon into Virgo there with the Sun making a big debut in Virgo there. The Moon, it's kind of marking a 6 month progression, like how that we know about everything and the seeds we plant about really it's just our gardening, um, but it's for all mankind. Watch out. This, if there isn't already, if you haven't noticed, and it's a fact that most people are too confused for to be safe, and also dangerously stupid. But we have now Mercury in Pisces just went into Pisces, and this is just, man, if you're privileged enough to stay away from people because they probably won't have anything better to do than to be non-self-reflecting, like a narcissist would, because we do have um, Mars is in Aquarius, and I know that they don't mean to be. I mean, it could be actually just honestly genius people with the Mars in Aquarius, but they are very narcissistic. I've noticed, they're really into, they want to manipulate, and it's kind of in the air, you know. Wow, here we are at 27th month. I'm looking at in 3 days. We have Mars square to Jupiter, and that's just a sign of overindulgence in some things, and you have to just practice not doing that. Don't do it. Like anything that has to do with like moving forward and to indulge yourself. Okay, moving forward, Mars, to indulge yourself, Jupiter, in, I would say, luxurious things in Taurus, because the Aquarius thing it's going to be, that's very mental. It's just going to be just a thought. And the Jupiter in Taurus, it could prove to be a big, 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 giant waste of resources, and also just seeing how that the actual physical, I mean, the actual intelligence behind whatever you're physically running at, it's much more complicated than just getting in your car and going and trying to satisfy this thing you have in your head. Um, Probably is best to put your goggles on right there and go there through meta, because a lot of people are unrealistic in a lot of things, and by the end of the day, right, it's just an empty, well, it's not empty, they're all full, like, and it's like, God, congratulations with your are you turning some stones there? I'm sorry. God, I'm terrible. Yeah, you sure are. Shame on Jesus, please. Yeah, come here. Mwah, thank you. Uh, anyway, yeah. So we do have still just the Mars and um, Venus conjunct in Aquarius. Trying to enjoy it here. We're trying to enjoy this new, really weird sensation of people doing what? I think they're going to start trying to relate. Me as a moon in Aquarius and lots of Libra, and there's this, we're talking about Aquarius. We have ways to relate. How? Look at this camera. Look at this microphone. I really know you can find somebody who can relate. Hit like if you relate with just being weird, considered weird, and really you're just perfectly normal. Everybody else is weird. How weird? Phew, they are off track. Getting back to astrologer, we are still in the shadow of the Uranus retrograde, which is in Taurus, and so it gets out of its shadow here. That's what I predict. I say that, when Uranus gets into a new degree in Taurus, it's never been. That's the last planet to get out of retrograde shadows. A lot of people are just forgetting about that. It's like, well, and that's what's going to move forward the Aquarius age, because it is Uranus. Has to do with the Earth, though. It's the Earth that's going to kick something off, and whether it's scientifically done or not, who knows? But we're going to see it as the Earth has came up and bit man in the ass, and somehow, some way, they're going to have to get more acquainted to it and the Earth, and learn to be cool with it and be harmonizing. It's not only with it, really. It's harmonizing with your innermost vibrational frequency, because it's important to maintain that around, in fact, an ever increasing hostility that is just the um, right under the surface of mankind, um, and who knows what it's all coming from. It's an animal that runs fearful and afraid, and also in pain, and none of it should be um, unexamined, and as far as how that, if you don't get into the details, you're just going to be another elephant in the china shop, and it's like, can we think of any more of a huge waste on this plane going on? Pardon me. Talk about the full moon. Are we wrapped up with the cleaning? We're trying to clean up our subconscious. For Aries, it's to clean up um, having a shitty attitude in the moment. Just know that that's what we have, and there's where we're making our choice, and make it good, and choose healthy. Anyway, I could just tell you myself is what I know I feel I have to do, but all of humanity has a call with all of these aspects I just talked about, especially that Saturn in Pisces going cazimi behind the sun, with the sun in Pisces. Every little person is going to have to. It's not anybody's. I was going to say again, leave your gurus alone, and that could be the people right around you that you're blaming on. Really, you have to go in and find out if what you're defending is real. Like, is it necessary? Is it something that is necessary? Like, well, um, it really boils down to, is it good for all living things? And no kind of pollution is. We have a lot of pollution, let alone that people don't, because they're ignorant enough that they don't know that the materials that are being provided to do things in home, or whatever, cleaning and construction, is crud. And you want to think about electrical pollution for sure. Yes, you don't know that those light bulbs that they're putting out now that are LED. You want to stay away from those as much as possible. Go if they have more natural lighting, because the other is very harmful for people who are epileptic. They'll tell you there's strobe coming through there. It's totally illegal. Why it's been happening in the United States? It's like a free for all, and then let's see what laugh about all of the epilepsy and the people going blind, let alone the frequencies that come out of it.